Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one lined up for you today. Telegram, there's scams and they're targeting crypto holders and crypto wallets. We're going to give you that information so you can help protect yourself. SEC accused of deliberately trying to kill XRP. You don't say. Expert predicts stricter crypto regulations. And how about a Bitcoin crash? And you won't believe what they say that's going to go to. And Thailand CBDCs, U.S. Congress introduced 35 crypto-related bills in 2021. We got Ron Hammond, who's going to tell you how huge DC really is to all of this crypto innovation. Sheila Warren from the World Economic Forum, Ripple Swell keynote speaker, makes some bold predictions when it comes to crypto in the coming year, and Forbes as well. So let's go ahead. They're putting the crown on XRP. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackUpBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. Give us a follow on Facebook as well. Digital Perspectives News, no spaces. That's where we're at. Exclusive content there. $2.3 trillion market cap. We're off 3.9% right now collectively for a crypto market cap. And looking right here, Bitcoin below 50,000 at 49,200 plus. Ethereum under 4,000 at 3,900 plus. You know, with Ethereum very quickly here, you have to wonder, because of the gas fees, at some point, I think Ethereum is going to see a huge surge in price like we've seen over 4,000, and it could maybe even go to 8, 10, 20, who knows. But at some point, these gas fees, we saw Algorand. I showed you this. The Algorand developer who said, you know what, we just got away from Ethereum because it just doesn't work. It's not scalable. The gas fees are out of control. At what point do you see that mass exodus show up in the price? Because we've seen unstoppable domains, Algorand developers, all of these things are coming into play. At what point does Ethereum run out of its own gas when it comes to price? We will see. Solana right here, or find a solution, right? We'll see. Solana at $190 and change, Cardano $1.51. 89 cents right now for XRP. Let's take a look at the price range really quickly, ladies and gentlemen. 0.8750 on the bottom and 0.9563 on the top side. We will keep an eye on it. They say to 10, $4.50, $10 plus, $13, $27. It's all still on the table according to the technical analysts. Not financial advice from me or them or anyone else, but the numbers are brought to you by Link2. Link2.com, private investing made simple, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff doesn't last long, and I'm telling you, they're about to run out of Ripple again. You never know when the last time they're going to upload more offerings of these products before something is not available anymore. And we know Uphold's up there. Link2 itself is a great company. They got SPVs there. You can get private equity from Ripple itself, and if you do, you'll get $1,000 of XRP put back in your Uphold wallet if you use your crypto from your Uphold wallet to purchase the private equity. And if you buy Ripple private equity, you'll get $1,500 worth of XRP in your Uphold wallet, because that is their show of support that XRP is in fact a currency. Take a look here. We're 372 days plus into the American crypto innovation under siege, ladies and gentlemen. That's how long this case is trickling on here. But you know what? Keep an eye out. January 14th is the end of expert discovery, if my memory serves me correctly. And anytime thereafter, we should start to see Judge Netburn begin to rule on some of these motions that have been waiting in the wings. So this could be an explosive month for this case, no doubt about it. Now, take a look at this very quickly, because this is something I wanted to show you. Anybody using Telegram, be very, very, very careful here, ladies and gentlemen. Hackers are targeting crypto wallets through Telegram using Echelon malware, they say. And I just wanted to show you this part right down here, which is right here. It says the malware file is titled Smokes Night. So maybe somewhere you can go in and check in your settings or any kind of downloads. And if you see something like that, get rid of it or do whatever you need to get it off your phone. Experts have warned that individuals should exercise caution when dealing with this malware, since it has the ability to acquire information about non-custodial cryptocurrency wallets as well. On top of this, users advises that you turn off the auto download function on your Telegram profile. Yeah, be very careful. Listen to how much money is being taken here. Notably, more than $1 billion worth of crypto was stolen by hackers in just the third quarter of this year. Just the third quarter of this year. Look, I made this decision a long time ago. I do not keep crypto apps and wallets on my phone anymore. I've had a couple of my family members get hacked. I've had dear friends be hacked. I don't do it. I've taken them off my phone, and it's inconvenient for me, but it also helps me feel a little bit safer. And, obviously, I don't know if Pure VPN helps in this matter because it's a malware that does automated download if your settings in the wrong place. But I also use Pure VPN to help hide my identity online. Link for that in the description. I just try to use as many different layers of protection, whether that's a direct impact on it or not. I still try to use as much as I can to protect myself. These things, when the market really explodes, think about what your portfolio is going to look like then, right? How nervous you'll be. I know how nervous I'll be. SEC accused of deliberately trying to kill XRP by favoring Ethereum. This won't go away. And the reason this won't go away, it's gone beyond just YouTubers and crypto Twitter sleuths, right? It's gone beyond the realm of all of us. It's moved into mainstream media with Fox Business News, Rosalind Layton from Forbes. We've seen even a recent CNBC Becky Quick touch on it and directly confront Jay Clayton about the conflict of interest, which he refused to answer. These things are extremely interesting. I'm not going to read this to you because you guys know what the deal is with the SEC and the Ethereum free pass. But I want to tell you that this is a fantastic article here. You should read it, no doubt. Shout out to CoinSpeaker on this one. Looking right here, experts predict stricter regulations and measures and a Bitcoin crash in 2022. They say it will crash. The financial professor from Sussex University said Bitcoin will crash to $10,000, wiping out all of its gains over the previous year and a half. He calls it a toy. I want to give you this part right here. As retail investors begin to realize the dangers of trading Bitcoin, especially on unregulated venues, they will switch to other coins belonging to blockchains which actually serve an essential and fundamental role in decentralized finance, Carol Alexander predicted. This time next year, she predicts that, or he or she, however it is, predicted that Bitcoin's market cap will be half the combined cap of smart contract coins. Whoa! Think of it for a moment. Think of that for a moment. I have talked about this on this channel a lot. What happens to Bitcoin if at some point, regardless of whatever reason, is no longer the top market cap coin? Understanding that it's looked at as a hedge or a digital store of value, which I find very, questionable in itself. But nevertheless, enough people out here say that it's nighttime. It won't matter if it's daytime. But my point being here is that, what happens to Bitcoin if it's not number one? Then what happens? Because the technology is obviously not trying to beat it up, but is obviously not the best tech out here. It is the first tech to show the world what is possible. And for that, I am grateful. But ask yourself these questions. And if the trading on anything that you hold in your portfolio were to stop tomorrow, does that asset still gain in value because it has use case utility? I think that's a great question. Now, looking right here, I do want to point out one more thing here. They do go on in this article to say one of the things they're looking for that could maybe curve any kind of crash or maybe stop a crash is getting a ETF for spot Bitcoin ETFs approved. If that were to happen, you may see a different story play out altogether. But up until now, we have not seen the US SEC approve anything other than a futures Bitcoin ETF. We'll keep an eye on it. Thailand has announced its plan to postpone testing of its central bank issued digital currency until late 2022. They didn't cite any real reason Although the deputy director of the Bank of Thailand was asked and said may have hinted about the laser focus aim at efficiency that may require working at a slower pace. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Congress in the United States has introduced 35 bills in 2021 that are crypto related. Now, this is very interesting because it really points to the larger story here that something is going to come out of all of this. They're not doing all of this for nothing to happen. They understand that there is a pressing need, and there is still a huge learning curve for education going on in Congress. Now, with that being said, Ron Hammond talks in this article here on thehill.com. He says, DC is a huge, in most cases, obstacle, and in some cases, an opportunity, and it's important to educate members of Congress and to get the narrative right. Otherwise, you can find yourself on the wrong end of things. And that is the truth. Now, there's a great article. You should read the whole thing. I'm not going to read it to you, but I did read it. And it's a great article about getting the things done that we do need to get done. But there's a larger story going on in parallel with all of this. And it's Sheila Warren. Sheila Warren from World Economic Forum, head of digital development and all of this, right? She's a keynote speaker at Ripple Swell event. You know, very, very smart lady. And she says, if I predicted last year that China was going to be the big elephant in the room, making some big moves, I think this year it's actually going to be the United States. Now, we've talked about this. She goes on to say here, policy making takes very long time, so I certainly would not predict that 2022 is the year that we see a lot of the policies enacted. But I do think that we're going to see maybe an uptick in the kind of hearings and activity that is happening within the United States government and U.S. regulators focusing on this space. She goes on to say here, and that really, tips the hat to Ron Hammond that we just heard from. Central bank digital currencies outside China. So whether this is really the year of the dollar coin or the Fed doing something or not, we'll have to see those experiments continue to be ongoing. Whether it's the EU, I actually do think that the EU could lap the United States in terms of issuance of digital coins. Keep an eye out now. She's not just a YouTuber and a podcaster, okay? She may know something. That's something to keep an eye on to see what happens there. And of course, the digital yuan getting more and more traction. We'll have to see what goes on with China and how China is getting to expand its use of digital yuan beyond the borders of China into a lot of other spaces, and what that does to accelerate maybe some of the movement in the CBDC space. And I'll say race, because that's exactly what we're talking about here. Now, she goes on to talk about some of the creepier things where you have a non-fungible token that could almost be like a certification for vaccination to show into certain places. And that gets into a whole nother conversation for another channel and another day. But nevertheless, the world is moving that way. She does say down here in the bottom here that she believes we're going to see more and more investment money flooding into the space, which really kind of like the early start taking off, whether we see more SPACs, which are special acquisition companies, right, or public companies in this space. We're going to see more and more companies move out of their very early sort of seed phase or token phase into something more baked and mature. That's a huge, huge point. This is why I tell you about link2.com. Because you have a chance if you're accredited, and it's not their rules that you have to be accredited. In fact, they're working very hard to try to get those rules taken down as low as possible and possibly one day eliminated so we can all participate. But if not, maybe your portfolio is in such a way that not too long from now, it will make you accredited, and you will have a chance to participate in private equity before these companies go public, because that's where a lot of money is really made right there. It's not financial advice, but it's real. But to go on to Sheila Warren's point from the World Economic Forum here, this is 2020 January, and reinforced in a report from 2021, they do believe in XRP as they do Swift GPI initiative. JPM coin was even cited as well, but I think we know JPM coin is an in-house coin for the company itself and its customers and clients. So here we see obviously crypto assets designed for inter or intra-bank payments and settlements, JPM coin and XRP, and we know already without any question whatsoever There is a private ledger for which we know the Central Bank of Bhutan and the Republic of Palau are already using to launch their CBDCs. So this is moving in the right direction. This is amazing stuff that's happening. Here's a reminder here from XRPLedger.org and CryptoWolf, who says ledgers support a variety of use cases. XRP Ledger can be used to bring down costs and improve services to benefit billions of people worldwide who need to move money across borders. And that's the game that XRP and Ripple have been playing for quite some time now. It's long ball. That's what they call it. And here's Forbes right here. It said that XRP is a cryptocurrency whose goal is to become for the world of crypto and DeFi what SWIFT is for international credit, a payment settlement exchange and remittance system. Get some of that. And that's where we are on this day. And look, we just covered the last couple days. The dream scenario from David Schwartz is that SWIFT would adopt RippleNet and be able to even use it for free. And maybe even in some cases, they could even pay SWIFT to let them use that and share, do like a co-op or profit share on the transactions that would happen on that new digital on-demand liquidity RippleNet system. Something is coming, and I can't wait to see what it is. I love knowing that we are early because, it has allowed me to accumulate a portfolio as I continue to accumulate. And as we see these market infrastructures, these new payment networks, I believe is a better way than saying digital assets or cryptocurrencies. As we see these new payment networks really defined in a legal precedent way through legislation, through courts, all of these things, we are moving to a place where they will be adopted en masse. And when that happens, I'm telling you, the metaverse is a place I'm already looking to very heavily because I understand that that is going to be a huge sector for investment for myself. Not for play for me, but for investment. That's going to do it for me. Not financial advice from me or anyone else, but that's where we are on this day. I'll catch all of you on the next one.